I'm Simon, I'm from the Netherlands, and for me cigar smoking, I smoke for 15 years now, give or take. And it started off as a hobby, turned into a passion. I figured it's a good business, I like the people in the business, and I wanted to do something new, so I know the product, I know what I like, I know what sells. So we started looking for a partner to develop that idea. And that's how we ended up here in Nicaragua. And we've been trying cigars all day, so what's better than that?
I'm Florian. I have a marketing background. I went from vineyards to cruise ships in Florida and eventually ended up in Berlin in the gaming industry, software background, but always with a keen eye on marketing. About 6 months ago I met Simon through a mutual context that we had, and we were talking a little bit about his vision, difficulties that we face in Europe especially. He knows the American market very well, he already knew that, he explained that to me. And we kind of put our heads together at that moment and said, all right, what can we do in Europe especially to kind of differentiate ourselves from all the other businesses out there? And can we maybe find some loopholes in the existing system to really differentiate our startup from the rest? So we got together and we said, all right, why don't we go to Miami, which is the leading cigar capital in the world, apart from the Cuban cigars, to see if we can get in touch with the culture and find a good producer. We also said, all right, we need to have a good product. So we kind of winged it, blindsided, went to Miami together, kind of went around some shops there, and looked at the culture, how are the distributors looking at the market in America, how they're looking towards Europe. On site, we already noticed, all right, European presence is very limited. Most people don't know the challenges that are faced in Europe. Some people that have looked into going into Europe are very skeptical once they find out, okay, every region, every country has their own rules, their regulations, their limitations. So that opened up a couple opportunities for us. Eventually, we come by and meet Erik. And with Erik we started talking, the click was good off the bat, and we basically said, all right, why don't we go over to Nicaragua and see what product we could be making together for your line, and maybe there's some hooks and angles as well to look if we can go into Europe together.
Since I've been smoking a lot of cigars, I know what I like, what people like in Europe. So I was looking for someone that could turn that into a real product. And it's really difficult because there's so much out there, so many different styles of cigars. And I made a description of the cigar. We wanted a powerful, full-flavored cigar that appeals to a broad public still, even though it's a stronger cigar. And I gave a full description to Erik, and he said, we can do that. We've smoked a ton of cigars here the last couple of days, and we found the perfect blend for us.
It was right off the bat. This is the one.
We smoked it, and the first inch, we knew that was one.
Yeah.
It's spot on what we wanted.
The challenge that we were facing there as well was when you smoke a cigar in Miami or in Nicaragua or take it back to Europe, it's going to taste very different. So apart from the actual product that we try to make, we said, okay, what's the entire image? What do we want our company to represent? Also, how do we want to get it to all these different little countries, different cultures, different customs even to smoking a cigar. So we ended up together to get a perfect target group. Actually, also because we're a young company, we're a new company, we're a startup, let's do something modern, something that might actually change the appeal.
Less traditional.
Less traditional, in a traditional classic industry. So we said, okay, we're going to go for a modern appeal, modern design, something that really strikes the dominance in the male kind of alpha male category. We came up with quite a clean design, new colors, not so much classic and everything. We came up with Silverback. I really chose here for the cigar, we went for a black background, silver aligning to really make it spark out, red for kind of an aggressiveness, kind of bring out the dominance, and that's also how we want to position this cigar in the market. This cigar jumps out, this one caught my eye.
It's a sweet. It has a sweetness due to the Matafina tobacco in it. It has a bit of cocoa flavor that sticks to your palate. It also has some spice. It's kind of like marzipan. I've never had it in a cigar before, so that's what the appeal to this blend was for me.
Right off the bat, it makes you guess. It makes you wonder. What are the exact flavors? What are the aromas? What am I tasting here? So basically, all of us were with a thinking caps on the whole time. It's like, what is this particular taste? Or what is that? Hey, I'm tasting something else once I get to the middle of the cigar. I just instantly said, okay, that's the image, that's the type of cigar that we want.
Really gives you something to do while smoking the cigar. And even if you're not going to analyze it while smoking it, it's still a good cigar.
So when we came to Miami, we were completely blindsided. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know who we were going to meet. We knew there was a lot of things going on in the cigar industry, and we ended up in Deco Cigars on Ocean Drive. They eventually pointed us to another Deco Drive. We talked with the manager there, Steve, also a really cool guy, and he said, once we told him a story, we're from Europe, we're looking for a cigar producer. We specifically want Nicaraguan tobacco. He says, I know just the guy for that, Erik Espinosa. And off the bat, the moment we met, we spent a couple hours, we had lunch, we talked distribution, logistics, our expectations from cigars, the difficulties that we might be facing in Europe or that we might be facing elsewhere, and it clicked instantly. We loved Erik's charisma. We loved the way he talked with passion about his cigars and what he was doing.
It's like you've known him for years. He's open. He shows you everything. He lets you taste the cigars. He's open to your opinion as well. He respects it.
So true story. Once we met Erik, we didn't even look for anybody else. It was right at the first meeting, first time. We partied that night. We're like, all right, we found the perfect guy. We met up a couple times after that as well. We came to the cigar opening in Fort Lauderdale. You remember the store?
Yeah, Smoking.
Okay, where he presented his Maduro cigars. And after that we left, we stayed in contact. We were invited to come to Nicaragua to La Zona factory. And we said, all right, let's make it happen. Let's make sure that we're there and pick out the right blend of cigars. And here we are.
What about the playing cards? Has that changed your impression of Erik? How's that affected the experience?
Actually, my respect for Erik grew.
Do not let him win, because you're going to hear all about it next day.